Test me. Testing, more testing. Hold on a minute. Okay, welcome everybody to SSR Tier 2 today. We have quite a race in front of us today. Round 9 of the Tier 2 season here at Canada, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. An excellent track to see some racing action on, and we're starting off with qualifying. So in case you don't know how things work around here, our basic race format, or weekend format rather, is a short qualifying session. So these guys will be out. Out for 18 minutes, trying to set the fastest qualifying times they can. They've all got equal cars. That is the setting that we've got into. So everyone will have an equal shot at pole position and also at the race win. So let's start by checking who got out of the pits first. Looks like Weighted Zeus 55 in the Williams. We don't quite have a full grid today. Both of our AlphaTauri drivers are unfortunately missing, as well as one of the Ferraris in the form of Echo, but we still have Dubsy here in the second full-time Ferrari. We also have one reserve driver here today in the form of Ultra Titan 97, making his SSR debut driving for Renault today. And I look forward to seeing what he can do. There have been some developments in the driver lineups for Tier 2 since we last had a race, and I'll update you guys on that in a moment. But first, let's ride on board with the McLaren of Sam Ken and take you around a guided lap of Circuit Gilles Villeneuve here in Montreal, Canada. Roughly going out onto the pit straight, DRS zone here. Not too short, not too long of a straight. You go slightly curved here, now into turn 1. Tricky third gear corner, easy to lock up. That's what Sam did there. Now turn 2, hug the apex, third gear, out of it. And he's back on the power. Pretty smooth there. Now into turns 3 and 4. Very easy to invalidate here if you go too tight. Ooh, looks like Ken might have actually gotten a bit wide there. As now he's heading through this very narrow part and into the middle sector for turns 6 and 7, I believe this is. Yep. Third gear exit, yet another one. And now we go on to the second DRS zone on this track. Well, technically the first per the game, but it is effectively the second as it goes through turns 8 and 9. They're very easy to oversteer if you take the curve the wrong way. You want to take a lot of curve, but you also don't want to get on the power too early while still on the curve, because that's going to spin you right round. And now into the hairpin second gear. You want to get back on the power as quickly as possible. Sam Ken does a good job of doing that there. Now onto this massive back straight with the huge DRS zone. This is going to be one of the best overtaking opportunities on the entire track. And now a big braking zone for this final chicane next to the Wall of Champions. Very easy to lock up here, go wide, or just invalidate your lap time at the very last part of this lap. But it looks like Sam Ken's kept it clean, and he'll put a 1 minute 10.752 on the board. That's far from the fastest we'll see today, but still a good banker time. Now the times are going to come thick and fast. Stenner sets a 1 minute 9.2 in the Haas, followed by GB Sanderson with 1:10.468 in the Racing Point. This is SSR AJ Mars 7 coming up to the line on the Mercedes. He hasn't invalidated either, but he went pretty wide there. He scraped the Wall of Champions even. And he'll go 6th fastest, 1 minute 11.5. Maestro sets a time of 1 minute 13.4. Not much of a time, but okay as a banker. Total 420 comes up to the line, and he'll set a... Ooh, no, that sets a 1 minute 9.4, and is just 7 milliseconds slower. I think Frisky got a bit of a slipstream off $10 there on the back straight, and that might have helped him a bit. Yeah, earlier there have been some small reshufflings in the current Tier 2 driver lineup. So SSR Joe, who is a multiple race winner from this season so far, he's taken wins at Vietnam as well as the Netherlands, and I believe, was it Monaco? Yes, he won at Monaco as well. The former Williams driver, has now been promoted to Tier 1. And as such, he'll no longer be competing, which is too bad because he was getting within 10 points of $10 for the championship lead. But yeah, on the bright side, the promotion of Joe means a new opportunity for Bone Apple T90, who just recently joined the league, and he drove in the Tier 3 race at Baku last week as a reserve driver for McLaren, and now he's making his full-time debut here in Tier 2 for Williams. And speaking of Bone Apple, I believe he's not on a lap right now. He is still in the pit lane at the moment. Yeah, before you leave the pits for your first flying lap, you'll always want to get your setups right, get your fuel loads right, decide which tires you want, decide what strategy you want to use in the race. Yeah, all of that needs to be considered before you try and go after pole position. Dubsy in the Ferrari here, the sole Ferrari in the field today, and he's also the sole car who's trying to qualify on medium tires right now, but he's already invalidated this lap, so he's not getting very far now. Just Sander in the Alfa Romeo, he's already invalidated his lap as well. Titan's in the pits after not setting a lap time. I think he invalidated. Bone Apple T now just coming out of the pits in the Williams. Again, this is his first ever race in SSR Tier 2. And he is on the medium compound of tire by the looks of it. So we'll check back in with him a little bit later in the race. Or in the qualifying session, rather. So here are the driver's standings as it stands. The departure of SSR Joe has kind of left a power vacuum, honestly, and now there really is only one driver that's running away with the championship right now, and that is $10 whole in the Red Bull, the guy you're currently seeing a provisional P2 for today, and he currently sits atop the driver's table with 142 points. I believe Joe had 119 when he left, so he was getting up there as well. No, 129, my bad, 129 points. But he doesn't have that anymore. And he hands second place in the championship off to Frisky in the McLaren, who has 93 points. So that's very significant. 49-point gap between first and second. That's going to be a lot to close down. Frisky is in third in the Drivers' Championship with 89 points, followed by Synonymous in the Renault with 70 points, although actually Synonymous has recently left the league as well, so his points will be handed off to somebody else. JOC VMARS in the Mercedes has 65 points, followed by the Maestro with 55 points, and SSR AJ Mars 7 with 52 points again in the Mercedes. And just behind him is SSR Echo in the Ferrari, who's absent today. Currently running on 51.5 points. Dubsy now trying to set a flying lap time. It looks like he invalidated that last one because those mediums are getting very worn. Yeah, there is an advantage to trying to qualify on the medium tires. Again, these guys will have to start the race, assuming it's dry, on whichever set of tires that they set their fastest flying lap on. Or that will be the case for the top 10, rather. If you qualify in the top 10, you have to start the race, assuming it's a dry race, on whichever set of tires you qualified on. Again, so most of these guys are going onto the soft just for pure pace, and because the delta between the softs and the mediums is quite large at Canada. As Dubsy invalidates there. That was a blatant cut of turn 9. But yeah, if you qualify on the mediums and you get into the top 10, then you have a huge strategic advantage, because it makes the one-stop strategy much easier, although to some extent that is less important at Canada. I've done some testing at my own for this track for the Tier 3 race tomorrow, because I'm a Red Bull driver in that tier, and it seems like the two-stop strategy, the one that puts you from soft to medium tire-wise, it seems like it's actually the better strategy, which is interesting, although the soft to hard one-stop still is viable. But the medium-hard, not so much. So honestly, I'm not too sure what Dubsy's thinking with the medium running. Stenner Dive Bomb asking, is it a dry race? Well, you're the one in game right now, Stenner. Why don't you tell me? You've got the weather readouts. So yeah, you would know better than I. Ultra Titan coming into the chat. Hello to you, good sir. And we got a new follower, Het_Lou123. $10 whole takes provisional pole with a 108.7, by the way. First driver to break into the 8s. But yeah, Het_Lou, thank you for following the stream. That makes you the 225th follower of the SSR Twitch channel. It's lovely how we're really blowing up right now on Twitch, and the support of all of you guys is key to that as we continue to watch JOC VMARS try to set his first valid lap time. He's on the medium tire as well, so not too sure why he's gone for this attempt. Again, the medium to hard one-stop, starting on mediums for a one-stop strategy is not nearly as important to Canada, which is relatively low tire wear, compared to a place like Azerbaijan or Spain or something like that where the soft simply isn't a good enough race tire to go the distance. Here you can definitely stretch a set of softs out to help with your one-stop. So, yeah, I would not recommend the medium gambit that VMARS is currently attempting, but to each their own. I'm sure he's got his own reasons for doing it. He's done his own testing and practice. Oh, looks like he's got the Revelander glitch. Let's switch to broadcast view. And yeah, a lot of these guys seem to be slipstreaming off each other actually down the back straight. The back straight's quite crowded right now. I see an Alfa Romeo, Williams, and McLaren. Oh, the Williams is pulled off to the side. It must have been an on-end lap. As, B-Mars invalidates in the final chicane. That's so easy to do at this track. And that's going to ruin his lap. Ultra Titan 97 now coming up to the line. He is not invalidated, and he's going to set a time of a 1 minute 9.239. That's going to put him up to P4. He's only 100th of a second off Frisky in P3, so that's a very good lap on his debut for Ultra Titan. Maestro, meanwhile, while we've been looking at everyone else, has set the second lap in the 108s of the day, the 108.9. So about a tenth and a half behind 10 whole dollars, but well clear of everybody else. 3/10 ahead of Frisky in third. Safe Space Racing saying in chat, we're blowing up on Twitch because we have the best commentary team in league racing. Well, thank you. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while, and we also have a couple of other great guys doing our other tiers. Jamie the G has been one of our commentators for a very long time. He was doing basically everything at the start of this season. Of course, I do Tier 2 every week, and then SSR AJ Mars, who's in the Mercedes right now, he's going to be going straight from racing in Tier 2 here to commentating Tier 1. So shout out to him for that effort. And another one of our Tier 2 drivers, GB Sanderson, in the Racing Point today. He normally commentates Tier 3, but I don't actually think he's doing so tomorrow. I'll have to check with that. And looks like someone is going slow on the back straight. That's I think that's just Dubsy on a slow lap getting out of someone's way. Again, if you are on an out lap or an in lap in qualifying, then you are required to move over for another car if they're on a flying lap. If you hinder them, then that's a penalty, because that's simply not allowed. So I'm sure Dubsy was very careful to do that, although I didn't actually see it happen. Stenner held provisional. Now Stenner in the Haas. He held provisional pole for the first few minutes of the session, but it's now slipped away from him, and he's down to P5. Trying to improve in his time of a 1 minute 9.242 here. Let's ride on board with him through the final chicane. Again, this is a very tricky corner. Normally in fifth gear, some people do it fourth. And he's invalidated in the last corner. Again, the easiest place to invalidate your lap, maybe on the entire F1 calendar. It's certainly a candidate for that title. And Stenner falling victim to it there. Although with about 5.5 minutes left in the session, he'll certainly have enough time for one more lap, if not two. Yeah, we are about 2/3 of the way through this short qualifying session, and then after this we'll be going to a 50% race. That's half the length of a real-life F1 race. And around Canada, that'll be 35 laps of this wonderful circuit. Ultra Titan saying, I'm proud so far of my debut. Yeah, Titan, P4 in qualifying on your very first race is not a bad showing. I remember I was in another league once. I made my racing debut there at Austria, I believe it was. That was the first race of their season. And that was a couple months ago, and I happened to qualify P4 as well. So it's always a great feeling when you can get out front and really show what you're made of in that way. As we watch Sam Ken try to improve on his lap here. Didn't see what the split was in the middle sector, but let's see how he's doing. Opens the DRS up to 8th gear down this massive back straight, by far the largest full throttle period in the entire lap. Now down to 5th. He's taking it in 4th. He's taking it very gingerly there. And now on to the power in the DRS. I don't think it's going to be faster. Oh, it is! It is faster by about 2.5 tenths, but he's not going to improve his position, only his time. Because he was about 3/10 off the pace of Stenner to begin with, so not quite enough to beat the Haas in front of him. Although he'll still be starting on the third row either way, whether he beat that Haas or not. Who else is on a lap? Bascombe is on a lap. Bascombe 62 in the Alfa Romeo has been having a breakout last few races as well. He came into the league as a reserve driver. He made his debut driving the Mercedes at Zandvoort as a reserve, and he actually finished 4th place in that race. As he invalidates in turn 1. That's not good. It's going to lose him a lot of time. But yeah, Bascombe's been doing really well, and as I look at the driver standings right now, despite having only contested 3 of the 9 races so far this year as a full-time driver, he's already amassed 9 points. Actually, I think someone should correct that. The driver standings might be a little bit out of date, because normally when you're a reserve driver and you become a full-time driver mid-season, then all the points that you earned as a reserve carry over to you. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, Zampa, but that is how I remember the rule going. And let's see, there's still 2 cars yet to set a flying lap time. JOC B-Mars in the Mercedes, who we saw earlier, he just keeps invalidating in one place or another. And Jamie the G, who's currently on an out lap, The Haas driver does not want to start in 17th and last. No one wants to start in last. That's just the nature of these guys. Yeah, Jamie on his outlap. We'll revisit this guy when he's on his flying lap. Again, one of our best commentators. He does the he's currently doing the SSR Full Distance Championship every Wednesday at midnight British time, which you guys should totally check out, by the way. The FDC is a special championship that we do every Wednesday right now. It's 100% races, and I believe the track this week will be spared from the pit lane. Same with AJ Mars. They just don't feel like it. Oh, B-Mars is retired. I'm not sure what happened. B-Mars just lap time. So that's unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. He'll start at the back, assuming Jimmy the G gets any sort of lap in, and oop, screen freeze. Alright, we're good. We're good. Are we good? Oh no. Ooh boy, lap. Goes on to, still pretty scrappy. He can hold his own on his best days, and he's thundering down the back straight right now. DRS open, and hopefully he'll get in a decent lap here. The time to beat right now, to beat anyone other than B-Mars, is Plattner with a 1 minute 11.6. Ooh, very, very cautious through the chicane, but he still hits the wall. Is it even going to be enough to beat Plattner? No, it's not. It's a 1:11.9. It's the slowest flying lap time that's been put on the board. So that's pretty unfortunate. A lot of people are on their outlaps right now, as there's only about 45 minutes left to cross the line to start our final lap. Weighted Zeus has made it. So Zeus will be able to get in one final flying lap time. Is GB Sanderson going to make it? I don't think he is. Well, he might. If you're just coming through the hairpin right now, I think you're actually good in terms of getting to the line before the clock runs out. Stenner, I don't think he's going to make it. Actually, it's going to be really, really close for Stenner, but he still could. Same with Ultra Titan. Frisky is going to make it to the line, it looks like, as $10 whole is just retired. He's happy with his lap time, I'm guessing, as he's currently on provisional pole. Yep, Frisky will make it to the line. The question now is, yeah, I don't think Ultra Titan's going to make it to the line here. Will Stenner make it to the line? No, he won't. He's just coming through the final chicane now. So those two are going to miss out on setting another flying lap time, unless the spectator mode timer is glitched. Alright, it is letting him start a flying lap, so I think this lobby does have a glitch where the spectator timing screen, the one I'm seeing, isn't actually correct, as Ultra Titan's just retired. Not sure why that is. But yeah, Stenner's already invalidated anyway, so never mind that. But yeah, it looks like we've got a glitch where the drivers are showing the correct timings, and they're able to start flying laps right now. But yeah, I think the spectator mode clock is inaccurate, and those guys are still able to cross the line to start laps. Just Sander is invalidated. Bone Apple's invalidated. Sanderson is not invalidated. He's currently going about his business in the racing point. Ooh, very close to the wall on the exit of the hairpin. That might cost him some time. Plattner is now retired. He knows he can't get another flying lap in. He doesn't have the time. Jamie the G's going for another lap. No, he isn't. He's in the pit lane at the moment. Now GB Sanderson coming through the final chicane. Ooh, he's 0.3 down on his previous time, and yeah, he is not going to improve unless he has a monstrous final sector. No, he gains some time back, but not enough. So JB Sanderson will remain in 10th. Who else is approaching the line? Bone Apple is already invalidated, so that's irrelevant. Frisky did not improve on his time. He is still in P3. Sam Ken, though, I'm not sure when that happened, but Sam Ken improved on his time up to P4, so it will be a second-row lockout for the McLaren team that currently leads the Constructors' Championship. Ultra Titan saying invalidated my last lap. Yeah, that happens sometimes, dude. But yeah, speaking of the Constructors standing, as we wait for Weighted Zeus to finish his lap here, yeah. That's a very slow lap from Zeus. He's going to dive right into the pit lane. Oh, he isn't. He's going to finish the lap. But yeah, that is the qualifying session done. $10 is your pole sitter, the championship leader and pole sitter for today's Canadian Grand Prix. He'll be joined on the front row by Maestro in the Racing Point, who's had a very nice performance indeed. Maestro is usually prone to qualifying in the top 10 rather easily, but front row is still quite impressive for him. And then Frisky will start in third in the McLaren, leading his teammate Sam Ken, who's going to be starting in P4. Ultra Titan on his debut, and the Renault is going to be P5 in the Renault. Oh, I said Renault twice. That's wonderful. But yeah, Ultra Titan P5, very impressive for him. Could we see yet another super reserve performance in SSR Tier 2? We've been seeing them all season. Stenner, he's going to be joining Stenner on the third row in the Haas. Then Just Sander Bone Apple, who's on the mediums. So watch out for Bone Apple. He might be running an alternate strategy. Bascombe and GB Sanderson round out the top 10 in the Alfa Romeo and Racing Point respectively. Then Weighted Zeus, Total 420, AJ Mars, Dubsy, Platner, Jamie the G, and B Mars, the last of whom did not set a flying lap time in any capacity. GB Sanderson has said in Discord, was 6/10 up when I invalidated my second lap by a legit millimeter. Finished at 8/10 up. Yeah, a lot of it's so easy to get a really fast lap in Canada. It's just really hard to keep it valid because of how strict the track limits are. It's really interesting. Yeah, I was gonna go over the constructors' standings, and I shall. Ooh, it's very overcast, actually. I should point that out. The track does look very overcast as we approach the start of the race here. So, yeah, Tier 2 has really become known as the rain tier at this point. Almost every single race so far this year in Tier 2, we've had rain. We had it at Australia, we had it at Vietnam, we had it at China. Yeah, we had it at Zandvoort. Did we have it at Spain? Yeah, we did. It was a really wet race at Spain. And, yeah, it's just been nuts, really, with the rain. Azerbaijan, it rained in the latter stages of the race. And $10 took advantage of that really well to win. But, yes, I was going to say the constructor standings. Before we get into the action here, I'll just go over them briefly. McLaren currently leads the constructor standings with 184 points, followed by Red Bull with 144 points, and then Racing Point and Williams are currently tied for third with 125 points apiece. Ferrari is just behind them in fifth with 120 points, and then Mercedes with 117. Haas with 98 points is currently in seventh, and then Renault in eighth with 80 points. Alfa Romeo is currently ninth with 43.5 points, and AlphaTauri is currently in last place with 33 points. And said AlphaTauri team is not in this race today in any capacity with either driver, so they will have no opportunity to get out of the basement today. Just a reminder, we also have our own bespoke point system here in SSR. So pole position awards 1 point per our scoring system. So does the fastest lap, as usual. But the winner gets 30 points, not 25. And then second place gets 25, third place gets 20, and so on. And the top 12 score points, not just the top 10. So there are more points on offer, and they are easier to get. But that also means when you win bigger. So you can get a lot more momentum here, much more easily than you could in normal Formula 1 scoring. Let's check Twitch chat real quick. Well, good luck, guys, says Echo. Yeah, Echo's been saying he just missed qualifying. He just missed the start of qualifying for this race. He is the second Ferrari driver that's absent today, and he did sign up to be in this race, but he unfortunately couldn't make it in the end. So his teammate Dubsy will be going it alone as we now go to the grid. There'll be no formation lap. There's too much of a chance of glitches in the formation lap, so we will just go straight into the action. We go to 5 red lights. And away we go. $10 looks like he's getting a pretty good getaway, but Maestro is still sticking with him. And Lightning Star from Stenner is already splitting Ultra Titan and Sam Ken. $10 leads him into turn 1, and Frisky maintains third, but Stenner is side by side with Ultra Titan for fourth, already gaining multiple positions off the start. Red Bull driver riding on board with him now, and there's a yellow flag in sector 1. It's total 420. While $10 leads the race, his teammate has spun around. He started on the medium compound tire. That reminds me, we should get the tire graphic up. And yeah, it looks like he's had some problems there. $10 is now going to try and make a mad dash and push as hard as he can for the first couple of laps, because if he can get more than 1 second on Maestro in the first 2 laps, then he can get out of DRS range, because DRS will be enabled at the start of lap 3 here. But yeah, he hasn't done that yet. He's currently 6/10 ahead of Maestro, but Maestro is going to have the slipstream on the back straight, which should help him keep up with the Red Bull until the end of this lap. Same with Frisky on Maestro. He's going to have slipstream as well. And your top 5 heading down the back straight is $10, the Maestro, Frisky, Stenner, and Ultra Titan. Ultra Titan still doing a great job holding position off the line in the Renault, gaining a position with Sam Ken, but losing to the Stenner. And another thing, time penalties for exceeding track limits here, they're going to play a huge factor. We saw many invalidated laps in qualifying, and yeah, it's very easy to get penalties here, so that's going to affect the race results as well as Ultra Titan goes down the inside of Stenner, and they touch, but they hold position in the end. Sam Ken went right up to the back of Ultra Titan there. Yeah, the Renault reserve driver already getting very frisky indeed. And we're up to 27 viewers now on the stream, so thank you guys for your support already. And we're just getting started here as we're on lap 2 of 35 in this Canadian Grand Prix. And we've already got plenty of action up and down the field. Frisky currently in P3. He's really the most isolated of the top 5 at the moment. Not too close to Maestro, not too close to Stenner. So we'll keep an eye on him. Ultra Titan still hunting down Stenner and the Haas, trying to Ooh, Stenner hits the wall out of turn 9, and that's exactly the chance that Ultra Titan needed. He did not need a second invitation, and that is the Renault into P4. Now Sam Ken's going to have a look. Ooh, in the hairpin. Stenner's now hounding Ultra Titan out of the hairpin. He got a good run there. And GB Sanderson passed Weighted Zeus in for 10th. Meanwhile, it looks like Zeus might have gotten a bit of oversteer coming out of the hairpin, and that's cost him the place. Will it cost him 2? Plattner looks to be catching ever so slightly. We go back up the field. Bascombe now chasing down Bone Apple 2 for 8th, and it looks like he will have the advantage because keep in mind Bone Apple is using medium compound tires. That's what he's starting the race on, so he's going to have less grip. But actually he's on the attack. I thought that was Bascombe going by him, but no, that is just Sander and the other Alfa Romeo currently being attacked by Bone Apple. As Weighted Zeus is just disconnected, I'll try to re-invite him now. Yeah, whenever a driver disconnects from the race, you've got to make sure he gets back in as soon as possible for fairness' sake. And I've given him an invite, so hopefully he'll rejoin soon. Close race, says Zampa. Yeah, I doubt that'll change the entire race. As GB Sanderson leads off our penalty receivers. 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings for the Racing Point driver. And Jimmy the G passes Weighted Zeus for 14th. Weighted Zeus' AI is now... Yeah, he's just AI controlled now. He's ghosted, and that AI that we've set it to is really slow. So he's gone from 11th all the way down to P16 now. And he's only going to lose more time to the field the longer he takes to reconnect. He does have an invite, so shouldn't take him too long, hopefully. But yes, 10 whole dollars lead, and he has gotten the 1 second margin he needs over Maestro. He is 1.2 seconds ahead of the Racing Point driver, meaning Maestro will not get DRS on this first lap of DRS being available. Frisky, meanwhile, will also not get DRS on Maestro as he's 1.4 seconds behind. Ultra Titan won't get DRS on Frisky either, so it looks like the top 3 are going to hold station for a little bit, because none of them are going to have DRS on each other, but the battle for 4th is still very much alive. Stenner is trying to chase down Ultra Titan, trying to, I suppose, redeem himself after the mistake he made that gave the place to Ultra Titan in the first place. And Bone Apple T is now disconnected. Both Williams drivers already having connection issues, and we're going to try and get him in as soon as we possibly can. Invite already sent out to him. He should rejoin soon if all goes well. With GB Sanderson getting very close to Bone Apple, yep, he's going to pass the ghosted Williams. Shouldn't be too hard for him. Let's see, who else is close to someone else at the moment. Sam Ken having a look at Stenner as well. Sam Ken seems much stronger in the middle sector. He's always hounding Stenner into the hairpin, but then in the other parts of the lap, it just seems a bit too distant to do anything, but now he'll have DRS. Let's run on board with the McLaren driver. Nope, he's going to be too far back. Couldn't get a good enough run out of the hairpin, I don't think. Oh, he's low on DRS. You can see in the bottom right corner of the screen, he's only got 15% for that straight, so that would explain why he didn't attack Stenner very aggressively there. Stenner, meanwhile, trying to chase down Ultra Titan. The Haas is slightly closer to the Renault than the McLaren is to the Haas, as Jamie the G now gets a 3-second time penalty for warnings. Neither Williams driver has rejoined the session so far, so we've got to see if they'll be able to get. Oh, Weighted Zeus is asking for another invite. Yeah, I was about to say we'll have to see if they're able to get back in, and I will make every effort to make sure that the disconnected drivers get back in because, yeah, league racing is fraught with connection issues all too often. As Dubsy moves past the ghosted car of Bone Apple for P10. But it looks like Plattner will overtake him pretty soon as well. Yet Plattner not too far away from the ghosted Williams. What's a battle? Ooh, yep. Sam Ken, Ultra Titan, Stenner all nose to tail. They're much closer than they were in the last lap. And Sam Ken has slightly more ERS to work with. Yep, and he is using the overtake button. He's got DRS. Is he going to try and attack into the final chicane or just set something up for the pit straight? Wait, is Zeus saying, I need another invite? Dude, I've already given you 2 of them. Hopefully this one will work. Alrighty, as Frisky gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits now. Same with Maestro, so it seems like everyone is level on penalties right now in the top 3. $10 Maestro and Frisky all have 1 apiece. So that has not come into play just yet as AJ Mars gets past the Ghosted Williams of Bone Apple for the final points-paying position in P12. Sam Ken getting very squirrely there off of turns 3 and 4. Let's switch back to broadcast camera. This excellent helicopter shot as Sam Ken now gets a time penalty. Yeah, that was a clear corner cut for turn number 6, I believe that was. As Weighted Zeus now needs a 4th invite back to the game, it would seem. Now then, back to this battle for 4th place. Very engrossing at the moment. Sam Ken again right on the back of the Haas coming into the hairpin. He's clearly much stronger in the middle sector. Maybe he's running a little bit more downforce, so he is able to catch up to the Haas in the more technical middle part of the track, but then not really capitalizing on that on the back straight. That is perfectly possible. There is a wide variety of wing combos that you can run here in Canada. Really anything between 2 and 5 front wing works, and really anything between probably 5 and 8 rear. So, very close there between Ken and Stenner. That's the closest Sam Ken has ever been so far into turn 1, and he is hounding the Haas. It is clear that Sam Ken has more pace right now at this stage in the race. Bascom's around. No, he's not around. He is pitted rather early. He's pitted for medium tires and a new front wing, so he is committing to the 2-stop strategy. He definitely either thinks it's stronger for him or he just needed a new front wing. I'm not sure which. Now then, Bascom rejoins the track in effectively dead last. Weighted Zeus is there as well, but he lost a lot of time while he was ghosted. And Zeus actually has rejoined the game. His car is no longer ghosted, so it's nice to see that the Williams, at least one of the Williams drivers has rejoined us. One thing I'm noticing, however, is that the timing page seems a bit glitched right now as well. Bone Apple has gone right back to rejoining the session and lagging like crazy. Bone Apple he does have it. He's at least back in the session now, so he can hopefully chase down JOC B-Mars for the last points-paying position. As Maestro now gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's shedding his soft compound tires early as well for mediums. So Maestro too has faith in the 2-stop, but he gets held up a bit by Stenner there. That's not going to be good. Being held up in the pits by the Haas driver. So that is going to allow Stenner to gain a bit of time relative to the man who pitted from at P2. Stenner's going to rejoin in P12. Looks like right behind JOC B-Mars. No, he's going to rejoin P11 right in front of the Mercedes. Now Weighted Zeus gets a time penalty for multiple warnings. Maestro rejoined, by the way, in 8th place, just behind Dubsy in the Ferrari, who's yet to pit off of his soft compound tires. Maestro, it looks like he's going for an undercut on $10 in an attempt to jump him through strategy, or at least get into DRS range through strategy. Because, yeah, the Red Bulls seem to be outpacing the Racing Point just on pure speed. Confident on the soft rubber this early with heavy fuel. As Jamie the G has gotten past Bone Apple, Haas passes Williams. That's for P13, so they're just outside the points. Oh, Bone Apple slaps the wall. Is that going to cost him a front wing end plate? Yes, it has. Bone Apple is missing a front wing end plate on the right side, and I've got a message now. My mic is a little staticky. Yeah, but I will try to reposition myself here. Unplugging and replugging it back in doesn't help, so yeah, let me know if that's better. Yeah, guys, let me know in chat if there's anything I can improve about my commentary, including mic quality. BB Sanderson now pitched off the softs onto the medium. Does anybody have faith in the 2-stop strategy? Or in the 1-stop, rather? As Sam Ken just pit from soft to soft. All right, so yeah, Sam Ken trying to fit soft compound tires here in an effort to get past Stenner. And the battle for a net P5 in the race has just continued as Sam Ken and Stenner, who were battling for position even before either of them pitted. They've now rejoined nose to tail once again, and it looks like Sam he has fresher tires, he has softer tires, and that should work to his advantage. What's Stenner going to do here? We're right on board with Sam Ken. Oops, Stenner has pulled out a little bit of a gap, but not enough to escape DRS range by any means, and there's a yellow flag in the middle sector. Ooh, Turtle 420 has spun it again. This time it looks like he did it just coming out of turn number 7, I believe that is. Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Red Bull driver who's having another struggle of the day. He only got total 420. Last week at Baku was an excellent race for him. He just survived the carnage, really, and he was able to take home his first points of the season in P11, making an audacious pass on weighted juice for 11th, actually right at the dying moments of the final lap. As GB Sanderson gets a track limits time penalty now. But yeah, enough about Red Bull. Let's go back to the fight between... Oh! Frisky and Maestro have an Ultra Titan. Where's Ultra Titan come from? All three of these guys have pitted. I'm not sure how Ultra Titan was able to catch up to the back of these two who were previously squabbling for second and third. Oh, Ultra Titan tries a move on in turn 6 at 7. That's a very unorthodox place to try and make a move, but he's doing it. He's got DRS now on the McLaren. Can Ultra Titan make it work? But they're both going to make it work on Maestro, it looks like. Maestro falling back to the field now. Oh! But Maestro forces Ultra Titan off the track there. I think Ultra Titan's going to get a warning there. But yeah, both the McLaren and the Renault have jumped the Racing Point. All of them became line astern there after everyone had pitted. And that made for a very exciting battle. So they've just taken it. So Ultra Titan's just taken a net P3 in this race. And Frisky's taken P2 as well. Oh, Ultra Titan wants more. He wants more. He wants P2 for Frisky. Is he going to get it? Yes, he is. What a move into the final chicane. Ultra Titan 97 in his debut at SSR has just set a purple third sector, and he has just done a masterclass overtake there. Masterclass pair of overtakes, really. First on Maestro, then on Frisky. Making waves in his SSR debut. Very impressive indeed. Now the question is, can Maestro answer back? Can he retake P3 from Frisky, perhaps? Or is Stenner going to get involved in this battle? And Stenner and the Haas has just now caught up to these three while they were squabbling over second. And ooh, he's right on the back of the Racing Point now. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. It's B-Mars. Where looks like at the exit of turns 3 and 4, has he lost a front wing end plate? It looks like he might have. Yeah, he has. He's lost an end plate on the left side, so things going from bad to worse for Mercedes, it looks like. Lackluster qualifying performance saw B-Mars start at the back of the grid, and now he is looking like he's going to have to make an early pit stop, maybe onto the hards to the end of the race. But yeah, things not looking good for the team that is currently 6th place in the Constructors' Championship. Now I've got people in Twitch chat and Discord saying that my mic quality is better now, so hallelujah, whatever I did worked. Bradley Johnson, too, is in chat, one of our Tier 3 drivers for Alfa Romeo. He's asking if the connection has improved. Well, no one is disconnected since that initial double disconnect from Williams, so to answer your question, yes, it looks like most of our problems are solved. But I was mentioning earlier that Maestro might have been trying to get the undercut on $10 to get within DRS range, but no. $10 has actually gained a huge amount of time on the rest of the field in that pit stop phase, and he is now 4.3 seconds ahead of Ultra Titan in P2. He is just flying right now. The championship leader is looking to extend his lead, and he is succeeding at the moment. Meanwhile, in the battle between Sam Ken and Stenner, Sam Ken seems to have fallen back a bit from the Haas. Oh, he's missing an end plate. Sam Ken on the fresh soft tires. I thought he was going to be able to overtake Stenner there for P5, but no. He has held station in P6, and he's fallen back from Stenner as well as Maestro. And he's got front wing damage this early in his stint, and that might ruin his strategy, honestly. I suppose he could pit onto the hards and just try to take those to the end of the race. You can do that. I have done that in league races at Canada. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he'll do here. And I thought he was going to pit, but no, he just went a little deep into the braking zone. As $10 now gets a 3-second time penalty. I think that might actually be his first in the race. Let's check the race director. Yeah, it is his first. So $10 currently has 1 penalty. Ultra Titan in second has 2 penalties, and Frisky has a 5-second time penalty for pit lane speeding and 2 additional penalties. Yeah, so Frisky is actually in trouble right now. It doesn't show it, but he has 11 seconds of penalties, which should lose him a couple of positions at the end of the race. Pit lane speeding costing him quite a bit, as Bascom now gets a time penalty for multiple warnings. He's currently sitting in P8 for Alfa Romeo, as Sam Ken now is getting a run on Maestro. He's got DRS, he's got fresher tires, he has a little bit of front wing damage, but he's not letting that phase him. Into turn 8, he's going to wait. Is he going to try a dive bomb into the hairpin, or is he going to wait until the back straightaway? He doesn't have too much ERS to play with, so I think he's going to try it under braking. No, he isn't. Oh, he locks up. He goes a bit deep, but he's still going to make the corner, and he's going to get an excellent exit. Riding aboard now with Sam Ken for the umpteenth time in this race already. Going to get DRS. He's going to use what little overtake he has to play with, probably rich fuel mix as well, and he is going to breeze past the racing point car. Oh yeah, no wonder he was gaining on Maestro, because Maestro has a bit of front wing damage as well, so he evens out for both of them, and they have both they both have the same handicap. So Sam Ken is able to use that advantage that he has with the soft tires, and it puts him up into P5. Stenner, on the other hand, does not have any damage at the moment, so I doubt the McLaren will catch up to the Haas too much. But yeah, let's check the race director, see how many penalties Stenner currently has. Stenner has 2 penalties, so he is currently 5 seconds. He has 5 seconds fewer penalties than Frisky, which puts him 3 seconds ahead, or 2 seconds ahead, on track as Bone Apple is again disconnected. Yeah, so we're going to have to invite the Williams driver back to the session yet again for the 3rd time in this Canadian Grand Prix, but we are still going to do it. Looks like his game might have crashed because he's showing us at home rather than in the main menu, so maybe that is the case. Oh, Bones just retired from the session, actually. I didn't see that. What's happened to Bone Apple? He hasn't retired in the pits. Yeah, I'm not sure when that happened, to be honest. But that is our first retirement of this Canadian Grand Prix. Bone Apple T in the Williams. That's very unfortunate for him on his 2 race as a full-time driver, and that happens to him. There's developments. There are developments happening. Oh, Bascombe and Maestro is that side by side? No, Maestro's in the pits. Jimmy Sanderson was side by side with Bascombe, and they're battling hard now for what looks like a net P8 in the race. Up the inside, not quite going to work for Sanderson. Runs wide in turn 2. That's going to compromise his exit. Oh, yep. Bascombe is going to get the advantage there. It looks like the Alfa Romeo has cleared the racing point. Lady Juice Najimar is going by Maestro, who is pitted relatively early. Yep, he's taken my advice. He's pitted onto the hard compound tires and gotten a front wing change, so he will be able to take those tires to the end of the race. Hards can last 20 laps pretty easily at this track, so he should have no problems at all with that. Dubsy gets a 3-second time penalty. Not too good of a day for Ferrari, with one of their drivers actually missing quali, coming in too late. Now their second driver is currently out of the points. $10 Actually, Ultra Titan has been gaining. Ultra Titan in Clean Air has been gaining on $10. Like 5 laps ago, I believe, when everyone had just pitted, the gap between the two was 4.3 seconds, but now that's been shrunk to 2.3. Ultra Titan has cut $10's gap in half, and he looks to be gaining. This is huge. We're gonna focus on the Renault driver for a bit as he tries to chase down the leader. Looking very good right now on his SSR debut, although, to be fair, $10 does have fewer penalties than Ultra Titan, so even if Ultra Titan passes him, he will have to either hope $10 gets another penalty, or just gap him by 3 seconds before he can really say he's in the lead. As Jamie the G is now pitted onto a new set of medium tires. I'm not sure what he's going for there. I think he might add front wing damage. But medium tires, I said earlier that hard tires can easily last 20 laps till the end of the race. Mediums, they sort of can, but it's a bit of a stretch. It requires some serious tire management. JC Beamar's also on the hard at the moment. He's going to try to take those to the end. Now, $10 coming up to lap his teammate, total 420. As you see there, one of the Red Bulls is ghosted, and one of them is leading this Grand Prix. And Ultra Titan took another 4 or 5 tenths out of $10 there in that last lap, so it's clear which way the momentum's swinging right now. We'll have to just keep tabs on this battle. Let's ride on board with Ultra Titan. We'll lock up there into turn number 5. Sanderson gets a time penalty for multiple warnings, and it looks like P7 has changed hands yet again. Bascombe overtaking Sanderson once more. You gotta wonder, is Ultra Titan running lower downforce than $10 because he seems to be losing time in the first and second sectors, but then I don't know, is he gaining that much back on the back straight and in the hairpin? I wonder. We'll find out here. We'll see what the gap is at the end. Oh yeah, Ultra Titan's getting a monstrous run out of the hairpin. He's already gained 3 tenths on the straight. Yeah, look, yeah, Ultra Titan is definitely running lower wings. That's really the only explanation for that phenomenon. of him having that much of a disadvantage in the first two sectors and then having that much of an advantage on the back straight. And now Ultra Titan is really scythed into the lead. Now 1.1 seconds is the gap. He could have DRS by the back straight. And if he has that, then $10 is really in trouble. And that extra 30 points for the win would do Renault wonders in the Constructors' Championship as well. It would allow them to overtake Haas, I believe, or at least eat into their advantage significantly. And it would also get them right up to the back of Mercedes. So if Ultra Titan takes this full-time seat at Renault, which he could because it's currently vacant, then yeah, he could be a force to be reckoned with in the championship. He's showing very good pace right now. Echo saying, well, good luck. I'll see you all next race. Bye-bye, Echo. Thank you for tuning in for this, at least the first half of the race. But as for the rest of you, please stay here, invite your friends, share the link to this channel in your socials, in your Discord servers, and whatever else you have. You can share in twitch.tv/SafeSpaceRacing. That is the link. Please share it with everybody. We've got 22 viewers right now. That's a pretty good number. We want to break our all-time viewership record. That's what we're looking to do. I believe the max amount of viewers that we've gotten at any single point in a stream has been 36. 36 people. So we want to try and break that today. These Tier 2 streams have been getting a ton of viewers lately. I've been blown away by it. Most of our records recently have been set by the Tier 2 streams. So I want to see another record broken today, hopefully, as Just Sander has gotten past Sam Ken. Sam Ken is actually pitting for a new front wing. Yeah, it was a losing strategy to stay out that long with damage, and he's going to take medium tires, 16 laps to the end of the race. He should be able to do that, but they will seem pretty second-hand by the end. As Just Sander now gets a time penalty for multiple track limits warnings. GB Sanderson has actually gotten past Bascombe for what's now P6. So those two have continued their scrap. As Ultra Titan's right on the back of $10 now. We look away for 1 second, and Ultra Titan has sided into the advantage even more, and now he's less than half a second behind the Red Bull. And now it's the strongest part of the track for the Renault driver. The strongest part, the back straight, Sector 3, where he has so much momentum. He's going to try it in the final chicane like he did on Frisky. Yes, he does. They make contact, and he's into the wall. Ultra Titan's into the wall. Has he lost front wing end plate? That's the million-dollar question here. No, he hasn't. Okay, so he can continue. He might have gotten some minor damage, maybe lime green damage. But it looks like he'll be able to continue as usual. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. I think maybe $10 punted him into the wall slightly. Maybe that was just Ultra Titan trying to get on the power too early there. The camera angle we had for that corner was a bit awkward to tell. Pichalupa saying in chat that Baku was pained for T2. Yeah, it was. Baku was a very difficult race for the Tier 2 drivers. It was a dry to wet race, and we had a huge attrition rate. We started with 19 drivers, almost a full grid, and 6 of them retired before the end. And I think pretty much everybody had to get at least one front wing change at one point or another, possibly 2. And there were a couple of guys who used every single compound of tire in the race. Literally soft, medium, hard, intermediate, and wet. But now we go back to this battle for the lead. Enough reminiscing about Baku last week. This is Canada this week, and $10 is under threat still from Ultra Titan. He's not giving up in the slightest. He's going to send one again. No, he's too far back this time. Taking the Wall of Champions chicane very gingerly this time in 4th gear. He's going to try it again. More overtake, more DRS, more rich mix, I presume. He's going to try it into turn 1. Yes, he is. Down the inside goes Ultra Titan. A little lockup there side by side through turn 2. He gets forced wide by $10. He's going to try the switch back out of turn 2. They're side by side again into turn number 3. Who's going to come out on top? Neither of them are yielding. Oh, into the wall again. Just scraping his Ultra Titan. He lifts off there on the exit. And oh, they've touched. They've touched yet again, and Ultra Titan gets the worst of it that time. These two are fighting so hard. But it looks like both of them still had their front wing end plates on and intact. Maybe just mild damage. But yeah, you can already tell Ultra Titan is more than a match for our championship leader today. He's come out of nowhere, and is he going to try something into the hairpin? Could he try a little dive bomb here, a little cheeky dive bomb? Yes, he is, down the inside again. Double lockup on the fronts. Ooh, it's not quite going to work. And he gets really squirrely off the exit. I don't think he's going to have another chance this lap to overtake. He's too far back for now. But then considering how little downforce he's running, anything's possible here. Is he going to try it again? Is he going to send it? No, he's not. Oh, but he dives into the pit lane. Oh, $10. I see what's happened. $10 had a bit of indecision there about whether to go into the pit lane. I think he might have done the dummy on Ultra Titan. But now he's fallen behind Ultra Titan on the entry to the pits because he just couldn't decide. So now they're both pitting onto the medium compound tires. But Ultra Titan is getting a front wing change. So Ultra Titan's going to lose a bit of time to $10 because of the front wing change. But that's partially negated by the fact that $10 lost a lot of time there on the entry to the pits. That was just really poor execution from the Red Bull driver. But yeah, that is going to give $10 a little bit of a margin now, about 4.5 seconds. Same margin that he had the last time these two came out of the pits. And hopefully they'll be fighting soon enough because yeah, this is some of the best fighting I've ever seen in this league. It is absolutely amazing, as $10 is now going to try and close on Just Sander, who is not yet pitted off of his set of medium compound tires. Because we're not going to make it to the end of the race. He pitted them on lap 10. I'm guessing he's going to try the traditional 2-stop here and go on to another set of mediums sometime soon. Question is, will $10 overtake him before he gets the chance to pit? Looks like he will. He's going to have DRS here. He's going to use overtake. He's going to have the slipstream. Ooh, he's going to have everything. He's going to clear him before they even get to the final chicane. Sander going to pit? No, he isn't. He's going to stay out for one more lap. And actually, Frisky has just pitted as well. He's the guy in a net P3 has just pitted onto the medium compounded tire, and he's gotten a front wing change, so he's going to lose a bit of time to $10 as well for that wing change. And he's going to come out in P4, just behind Sander. Again, Sander has yet to pit, so he is not in a net P2, just a normal P2. As Stenner now sets the fastest lap of the race. In the Haas car, he's also put on fresh mediums recently, and he is flying. As the Maestro gets past the racing teammate Jimmy Sanderson, who's just pitted onto mediums. Plattner gets by as well, but Plattner has started the race on those medium tires. Wow. So he is really stretching them out. Is he going to try a medium to soft one stop? That would be very audacious. Like he's stretching those mediums like he'd normally stretch hard, which is very impressive. Maybe he'll pit onto the softs this lap or next lap, and then just charge through the field and maybe get fastest lap of the race in the process. That might be a good plan. But right now he's got to be hurting. Those medium tires at this track after about 22 laps, they'll be around like 70 or 80% wear probably. Which means he runs a serious risk of getting a puncture. Basco, meanwhile, trying to chase down Maestro. These two have been... Basco has been fighting with the racing points all race. It has been absolutely nuts, and here it is again. I don't know how he doesn't have DRS there. I think he was a second behind at the detection point, but either way, he is gaining ever so slightly. No, actually, Maestro is gapping him a bit, and GB Sanderson is a ways back. Yeah, Bascom should have the advantage here because he has fresher tires and he's on mediums, whereas Maestro's on hards, so... Yeah, I'm surprised Maestro is actually gapping him slightly at the moment. Maybe Bascom has a bit of front wing damage. Let's take a look. No visible front wing damage, so I'm not sure what's going on there. SS Penny 10 is in the stream now. Happy I can make it this race. Let's go Tier 1. Yeah, Penny, make sure to... everyone in the stream, make sure to stick around for Tier 1. SSR Tier 1 is going to be happening at 12 p.m., or 12 a.m. rather, midnight, British Standard Time, and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's about an hour from now, and we'll only have a very short break between these two races. They're really back-to-back, so make sure to tune in when you can. And actually, on this final stint, Ultra Titan making a move on Sander there as Sander dives into the pit lane, actually. Ultra Titan has been on the back foot now for this entire stint because $10 has actually gained 1.7 seconds on him in this last part of the race. Yeah, when they came out of the pits, $10 was 4.3 seconds ahead of Ultra Titan in the Renault. And now he is 6.1 seconds ahead. Absolutely nuts. So yeah, that might be Ultra Titan's challenge for the win over, but he is still on for a podium in his debut race, which is very, very impressive. And Just Sander has actually pitted onto the soft compound tire. So I was wondering why he was stretching that set of mediums so long in his second stint. He is doing an alternate style two-stop race, so yeah, instead of going soft, medium, medium like most of these guys are doing, he's going to go soft, medium, soft. So he's taken the paint already in his second stint, and now he's going to have a lot more pace than the guys ahead. So yeah, Sander looking on for a top 5 with that strategy. As Plattner has also pitted, as I predicted, onto the soft compound tire, he's going to come out in P14. Just behind JOC Mars and the Mercedes, who should be easy picking for him since he's on older hards. And then 7 seconds up the road from Plattner at the moment is the points, with starting with AJ Mars and then Jamie the G just in front of him. Actually, speaking of those two, there is actually a bit of a battle going on for 11th here between JOC, or rather SSR AJ Mars and Jamie the G. Oh, Jamie not getting a very good run off of turn 9 there. Is AJ going to try something into the hairpin? I don't think he is. He's too far back. Yeah, the Tier 1 commentator chasing after the general use commentator, the guy who's available pretty much every day of the week. Ooh, good run out of the hairpin, though. He's got plenty of ERS, and AJ Mars is going to breeze past the Haas here with DRS. That looked like a very easy move. His way to juice gets a time penalty for multiple warnings. And that is going to be 11th place done and dusted for SSR AJ Mars. But Plattner had better be hoping that Jamie tries to come back at the Mercedes, because the more they fight, the more the Plattner can catch them, and the quicker that he can do so. And then about 5 seconds up the road from these two is Dubsy in the Ferrari, who's managed to haul himself into the points. Although he does have multiple time penalties at the moment, including for speeding in the pit lane, so that's going to put him at a pretty big disadvantage post-race here. And I think he's got to make another stop, because those mediums are going to be 23 laps old by the end of the race, or rather 22 laps old. And that's going to be very, very difficult to manage. And Plattner, meanwhile, he came out of the pits like something like 6 seconds behind JOC Mars, and now he's only 1.5 seconds behind. He's gained over 4 seconds in the span of a couple of laps here, so very impressive stuff from the Renault driver. Both Renaults out in full force today, clearly, although Plattner might have a bit of an inferior strategy, if we're being honest, considering where it's put him so far. Now let's go back to the front. Ultra Titan has actually started taking time out of $10 Hole$'s advantage. He's gained a second on the Red Bull since we last checked in with him. He's gained a second in the last 2 laps. And actually, one thing I will say about the race today, there hasn't been any rain. We saw that it was really overcast at the end of qualifying and at the start of the race, but it cleared up in the middle. And this might be the first Tier 2 race we've had since Monaco with no rain whatsoever. Now, I do wonder, although the clouds are starting to gather once again, it is getting a bit darker on the track as Ultra Titan gets a time penalty there. He's clearly pushing hard. No, Ultra Titan is really pushing. He must have been in entire conservation mode for the first few laps of the stint, because now he is gone. He gained so much time on $10 Hole$ just in that last third sector alone, and now he's only 3.4 seconds behind the race leader. Check in again with that battle soon. Actually, Frisky has been keeping a pretty consistent gap to Ultra Titan as well. He's kept the gap at just under 3 seconds for a while now. So both the Renault and the McLaren showing significantly better pace here than $10 Hole$. And let's check the race directory real quick. We got 29 viewers on the stream, by the way. I believe we've peaked at 30 so far today, and that's, again, excellent from you guys. Thank you all for the support, for following, for even subscribing if you're into that thing, and yeah, thank you guys. $10 Hole$ currently has 2 penalties, so 6 seconds worth of penalties. Ultra Titan just got his 3rd penalty, so he's behind on that right now. Frisky has 14 seconds worth of penalties, so he's behind both of them in that metric. So that will contribute significantly to how the end of this race unfolds, but Ultra Titan has gained another 0.6 of a second on $10 Hole$ that lap. He is gaining like a madman now, but there's only 7 laps to go in the race, so it's going to be very tight as to whether he'll have enough time to make a move and gap him. Wait a minute. Weighted Zeus has just been disqualified from the session. The game says he received multiple penalties. Let's see how accurate that is. That's a very sudden disqualification. Let's see. He's gotten... Yep. He's been doing a lot of corner cutting, to be fair. He's 4 penalties, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... He got 11 penalties, 11 time penalties for track limits, so that's 33 seconds worth of penalties, which is absolutely nuts. And yeah, I believe when you get 30 seconds worth of penalties, that's enough to disqualify you. So yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a double DNF for Williams, so they will not be able to improve their standing in the Constructors' Championship, which is not very good. It looks like Racing Point will pull ahead of them. Again, Racing Point and Williams are currently even on points right now at 125 each. But as things stand now, let's see. Racing Point looks set to gain, I believe, 18 points. from today's race. Either 16 or 18 points. So that is going to put them very much ahead of the Williams team. And I'll be right on board with Ultra Titan, who continues to take time out of $10. He's taken another 3/10 out of him now in this last lap. He is pushing so hard. And looks like there's a lap car there. Jamie the G. The Haas should be ghosted for them to go through. Yep, it looks like that was the case for $10. So Jamie the G will not play a role in the outcome of this race for the win. It looks like so. So yeah, no trouble from lap traffic thanks to ghosting. Very novel idea. And there's a three-way battle for 7th now. The Bascom and the Racing Points, again, they've been scrapping all race, and they're continuing their battle now. Maestro is on really old, hard tires, and they must be feeling pretty dead right now. Again, Maestro had to pit early because he got front wing damage early in his second stint. So he's at a serious disadvantage, and I think Bascom's going to leave him for chips here for 8th place. Yeah, he's got cleanly ahead into turns 8 and 9, and the Racing Point driver has no answer, so Bascom's going to try and set off after GB Sanderson now. As Plattner on the soft tires has been making moves, he's gotten past both Dubsy and SSR, or rather JSP Mars. Dubsy, to be fair to him, has pitted onto the soft compound tires himself, so he did lose some track position from that. And it looks like B-Mars is going to get thrown out of the points here. Starting from the back of the grid, points was always going to be a big ask, but he's been doing a good job so far. Now he's just getting swamped by guys who have fitted the softs late race, and he's on the hard, so that's a serious disadvantage. And it's showing right now. Now let's go back up at the front. Ultra Titan has gained another second on $10. The gap is closed from 2.6 to 1.6 seconds now. Heading into his favorite part of the track today, sector number 3, consisting of the hairpin and 2 very long straights, which I suspect he's designed to set up around. He's walked up into the hairpin, he's got the rev limiter glitch, so let's stop riding on board with him, because that's ear rape. JOC Mars actually has come back a Plattner lower down the field, so he's retaking 11th. That's impressive stuff from the Mercedes driver who's currently on very dead, hard tires. And he's been saving them a bit more than Plattner might have thought, but Plattner gets back past for 11th. Meanwhile, Ultra Titan has gained another 1/10 of a second or so on $10 in that last straight. The gap is now 1.4 seconds with just 4 laps to go, and there's been a spin. There's been a spin in the first sector. Plattner's involved. I think JSP Mars was involved as well. Yeah, Plattner and B-Mars are both spun. And that's going to actually put Jamie the G in with a shout for points here. Jamie the G is... B-Mars has just slapped the wall out of turn 4, and I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin for him. He's just going to have to limp home now. Yeah, that's an unfortunate turn of fate for the Mercedes driver, who looked like he might be getting some points for this afternoon after a dismal qualifying. But no such luck. Yeah, he might just retire on the spot there, coming to the pits. But yeah, that completely reshapes the battle for the final points bank position, because now Dubsy has just run away from 11th. It doesn't look like he was involved in that incident. So now it's between Jamie the G and, with an outside shot still, Plattner, who's missing an end plate on the right side, but is still close enough to capitalize on any mistakes that Jamie the G might make. Basco, meanwhile, catching the Maestro again. Maestro's been fighting back despite being on older, hard tires, but Bascom is going to try and get back past him now. I think GB Sanderson's been slowing down as well. Both Maestro and Bascom have been catching GB Sanderson in these last couple of laps. He does look a bit closer visually from the onboard of the Alfa Romeo. Now, is Bascom going to get by him here? That is the million-dollar question. This could decide P8 in the race. Is he going to send one in the final chicane? No, he's too far back. But literally pushing the Racing Point through the final chicane there, and he definitely got a warning for that. That was a blatant corner cut there for Bascom. Is he going to send one into turn number 1? No, he's still too far back, as JOC B-Mars is boxed for a new front wing and soft tires, and that's going to lose him 14th place to Total 420 in the Red Bull. So Total will not be the last finisher today, even after multiple spin-alas and a couple of unscheduled pit stops. Now Ultra Titan has gotten the gap to within a second of $10. He's 7/10 behind. His front wing still looks intact, and he's got DRS. So this is going to be a 2-lap battle, it looks like, for the race win, with these two guys on equal terms. Ultra Titan has shown much better pace on the medium tires, much better race pace. Now the question is, will he send one into turn number 1? Is he close enough to get one up the inside? No, he isn't. He knows there's going to be better opportunities later in the race. As Ultra Titan, Ultra Titan got another penalty. That could be the decider of the race, actually. Let's go up here. $10 penalty. He's got $10 has 2 penalties from the looks of it. Ultra Titan has he has 4 penalties. Just double checking. Yeah. So actually $10 is 6 seconds ahead on penalties here, and that's huge. So that might cost Ultra Titan the win, actually. He might have been pushing a bit too hard there. But he could still get the win on track here. He could still try and force $10 into a mistake. There's still a million things that could happen to spoil the Red Bull driver's day. Is Ultra Titan going to send one into the hairpin? No, he's learned from his failed overtaking attempts in the last stint. He knows he's got to show a little bit more restraint if he wants to take advantage of the best opportunities that come his way. Very squirrely out of the hairpin, and that's going to cost Ultra Titan a chance at overtaking on this, his best overtaking opportunity. The back straight, and that might have decided the race in favor of $10. We'll have to see. Both of them on equally aged medium compound tires at the moment. Ultra Titan has the advantage. DRS is going to send one to the inside of turn 1. He's gaining. He's up the inside. It's the final lap. But no, it's not quite going to work. Bueno stays behind the Red Bull. Dubsy gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Bad boy, Dubsy. Looks like this is going to go right down to the wire, at least on track. Still very close to each other through turns 5 and 6. Now in 7, we got 30 viewers on the stream. 30 viewers to watch this final lap between Ultra Titan and $10. Question is, which one of them will emerge victorious? The question is yet to be answered. Is Ultra Titan going to try one into the hairpin? No, he's going to wait until the back straight. He knows the back straight is his best chance. The back straight is what his car's setup is built around for this race. So he is going to try it. He's really far back, though. It's going to be an uphill battle. Using all the overtake he has left, DRS has probably got plenty of fuel to burn as well. Not going to try into the final chicane. It's going to be a drag race to the finish here. Ultra Titan gets a good run off. They're going to be side by side. Ultra Titan goes ahead, and Ultra Titan wins on track by a 1/10 of a second, but $10 with 6 seconds worth of fewer time penalties is going to get the win. That was an absolutely chaotic end. But still, Ultra Titan is going to get the podium at the very least. God damn, Ultra Titan taking the fight to $10 at least on track. Still getting P2 on his SSR debut. He's my driver of the day. I don't care what you guys say. I don't care what the game says. Ultra Titan is the driver of the day today. And that is the end of it. Frisky gets P3. Great podium for the man who's currently second in the championship. Strong day for McLaren. Sam Ken also finishes where he started in 4th. And then Stenner in 5th. Just Sander in 6th place for Alfa Romeo. Great day for him. Maestro in 7th on those 21 lap old hards. Excellent one-stop strategy for him. Effectively one stop. He had 2 stops, but he made up for it. GB Sanderson in 8th. His teammate just behind. He held off Bascombe at the very end. Bascombe left to the P9. AJ Mars rounds out the top 10. And then Dubsy, who we're just waiting to come across the line now, he's going to get 11th. And Jamie the G in the Haas is going to get the final points-paying position that we thought would be going to Plattner. Or maybe B Mars. Ultra Titan saying, glad to win on track aside from the penalties. I was getting 1 warning and then a penalty. Yeah, driver of the day. AJ Mars is driver of the day on the game screen, but I doubt that. I think it was you, Ultra Titan. As we've got 33 viewers here at the end of the race. Well done, guys. Thank you for all your support. Make sure to follow the stream if you haven't already. Jones22 has followed the stream recently. Sorry for missing that. That was over 10 minutes ago. We were just so engrossed in the action. Blood Drunk has also followed the stream so far, and I didn't shout that out earlier, so apologies. I hope you're still with us, and thank you for watching. And those are our 3 podium finishers. We'll get them in the party in just a second here for a few brief interviews. So please stick around. Viewers, don't go anywhere yet. We've still got a little bit more for you. All right, so we're just going to go to the race director real quick. A lot of, as you can see, plenty of chances to corner cut. And yeah, I'm just doing this for the league owners, so we know what's what when it comes to penalties. But yeah, we'll get the top 3 finishers in here in just a second. Now then, invite 10 whole dollars to the party, invite Ultra Titan to the party, and invite Frisky to the party. Yep, King Chalupa has just mentioned something very important in chat. There is still going to be the Tier 1 race in about 45 minutes now, maybe even sooner than that, so make sure to stick around for that. $10. Please check your box while we're waiting for the other two podium finishers. All right, there's Ultra Titan coming in, and now we're just going to be waiting on Frisky real quick. And yeah, hang tight, Ultra Titan. Make sure you tick your box, and we'll get started with interviews in just a moment. Yeah, I got everyone viewing the stream right now. Make sure to tune in if you can in about half an hour to 45 minutes for the Tier 1 race that's happening. But yeah, I'm just going to send Frisky another party invite real quick. And if he doesn't take this one, then we'll just go on without him.
We don't have to go on without him.
All right, it doesn't look like he's going to be joining. So, in that case, let's just get started. So really, it's okay if Frisky isn't in here because you two were the ones involved in the battle of the race. That's one of the best things I've ever seen, really. And we'll start with 10. First of all, congrats on the win. You were very consistent today. Well, what do you think made the difference?
Well, just getting into pole position also on this track is very helpful. Again, I had a good battle, Ultra Titan. I guess just like the way I defended also helped. I hope we didn't make too much contact. I don't think we did. And also, I guess, just a lot of penalties at the end, just making sure I didn't rack up too many warnings. Yeah.
Yeah, just a reminder to everybody, $10 started on pole with Ultra Titan and P5. And speaking of Ultra Titan, congratulations to you, sir. SSR debut. P2, podium, very nearly got the win if it wasn't in. You did get the win on track, and yeah, you're definitely my driver of the day, even if the game doesn't agree. So, yeah, what was the big thing? What was the big thing for you? Where do you think you found all your pace?
I think it was mainly just the third sector, because even if I was going lean and no overtake, I was gaining a lot of time. But I think that's mainly what helped. But yeah, I think the contact in the last sector early on ruined it for me.
Yeah, just as a reminder to I suppose inform the viewers, what wings were you guys running respectively?
You can go first, 10.
I was doing 3.6.
1.4.
Oh, that no wonder. Yeah, too lower on both wings tends to make quite a difference. And yeah, I just saw you gaining by up to 6 or 7 tenths in the third sector alone, which was really mind-boggling. Yeah, it's impressive that you're that comfortable with such a low downforce setup because, yeah, I myself use 2.6. Most people use 6 rear. But yeah, that's a great skill to have. And yeah, 10, how are you feeling about the championship at this point? Because you've expanded your lead. Joe was able to keep up with you, but he's in Tier 1 now, so how are you feeling about that?
I'm pretty confident that I'll finish at least top 3 by the end of the season, but still like a lot of races to go, so I'm just having fun with it. Having some good competition with Ultra Titans makes it all the better.
Yeah, Titan. After this, what do you think? Are you going to be hopping into the Renault seat full time? Because as you know, it is vacant.
Yeah. What is it? So the races are obviously of Saturday 10, and what are they? Is that the only one, or are there other races?
Yeah, so as a reminder to everybody, everybody watching right now, Tier 2 runs every single Saturday at 10 p.m. British Standard Time and 5 p.m. Eastern Time in America, just like it did today. And then Tier 1, we have Saturdays, it's coming up right now, midnight British Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and then Tier 3 on Sundays at midnight British Time and 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you're able to tune into that tomorrow, make sure you do.
Yeah, I think I'll have a look into it, but it's definitely not going to be out of the It's definitely going to be an option that I might take up. We're just having to see if I can fit it around my schedule, so that's really it.
Yeah, well, let's hope we see more of you in the future, and more of you as well, 10. Great performance today from both of you, of course. For 10 in particular, it's back-to-back wins. But, yeah, I I hope to see at least one of you guys next week at France. And with that, I'll let you guys go.
Cheers.
Yeah.
See ya.
So, just a quick reminder for everybody, the SSR stream schedule, here's what it looks like for the next week or so. Tomorrow we will have Tier 3 at Canada for, again, for midnight British time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I just mentioned that. After that, we'll have on Wednesday the 30th, it's going to be the SSR Full Distance Championship. That'll be heading to Spain. It'll be a 100% race. That's Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time, and midnight British time. And then, on Thursday is going to be our Formula 2 Cup, and F2 will be heading to France on Thursday, at midnight British time and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with that, I think I'm going to sign off. Thanks to everyone who followed the stream today, who donated bits, who just tuned in and watched, and all of it helps the stream. So with that, I will be signing off. Thank you all.